So just doing another update. There were lots of things happening in the geek/nerd world, and I don't have a specific video, and because I didn't make one last weekend, I figured I would just kind of squish everything together because there was a lot of things to talk about. So first things first, I went and saw the Solo movie when it came out, and it was a lot better than expected. I was actually expecting it to be really, really kind of poorly made. Although the trailers looked awesome, I was worried that the acting would be subpar and it wouldn't be as exciting as some of maybe the other Star Wars movies. I was pleasantly surprised. It obviously wasn't the best made movie, considering the other blockbusters that are out there now, but it wasn't as bad as people were expecting it to be. My personal opinion, sorry, pause there for a second because I was going to give a little spoiler alert, just because I'm going to just do a basic overview, but there may be some spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, kind of just skip and then come back when you have seen it. Excuse me. But yeah, so I enjoyed the movie. I would have given it about maybe 7 out of 10. There were quite a lot of memorable characters. There were scenes, that were really well done. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a perfect movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was just a fun movie to watch. It wasn't really anything like super, like it didn't do anything super different or new, for me at least, but I really enjoyed it. But again, I'm not, compared to the DC or Marvel universe, or Disney even, I'm not a humongous, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not, I haven't seen the Clone Wars, the Rebels, or anything like that. I haven't read the books and all that stuff, so I'm not, extra next level Star Wars fan. So for me, this just was a fun movie to watch. The thing that I did notice, though, is that when we were going opening night, and anytime I've gone to movies on opening night, the theater is completely packed, it's full, everyone's excited, wearing shirts or costumes, things like that. This one was relatively empty. I would say it was about, I think there was maybe 40% that was full. It was really empty. I'm not kidding. I was surprised. It wasn't a few seats here and there. It was almost the entire theater was empty. let me give you an example. Anytime I've gone, I've played anytime I've played the Time Play app on at the movie theaters at Cineplex. If I usually make it in late because I kind of forget about it, and then I'm like, oh no, I gotta log in. So open up my app, and the app takes a while to load. So by the time I get in there, I've already missed the first game, so I don't even get up on the board, and I'm like, stupid thing. But this time, the same thing happened. Obviously, I didn't open it up in time. I got to the second game, but this time I was on the board. I was 6th place, which, yeah, I know it's not that great, but whatever. It's better than normal. But in a packed theater, that normally wouldn't happen. But the theater was so empty that I was able to make it, even though I didn't play quite a few of the games on the app. So yeah, it was really weird. I guess people had heard the bad news or bad press about it, with the directors changing, with the actor, the guy who was playing Han Solo. He had to get acting lessons and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I guess people were just kind of turned off by it and just didn't go. I'm not sure what the reason was, but the theater I went to go see it in was pretty empty. There was no rush. I'm pretty sure people could have bought tickets last minute and still gotten in, which isn't the case for a lot of big night, opening night movies. I saw Deadpool the week before that, and it was packed. It was opening night for Deadpool too, and that theater was packed, regardless of what people thought of the movie or not. It was, busy. But this one was not at all. But whatever, that was that. What else? There's the, in other news, Mysterio is going to show up in the next Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. Yes, there is a Spider-Man sequel, Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. So if you were like, oh no, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Infinity War, but if you were like, oh no, Spider-Man died, we're all sad, blah, 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 and then suddenly you're hearing this for the first time, yeah, Spider-Man's probably going to be back. We don't know what. There are a few rumors going around. I've seen a post saying that Spider-Man, it's post Avengers 4, and you know, they revived Peter Parker, and he's trying to deal with it. That's like what I've heard might happen. I thought maybe and the potential title for the new movie is called Field Trip. I don't know if that's true or not, again, just rumors, but I guess they're going with a theme of like, you know, homecoming and just kind of events at a school. I don't know why a field trip kind of sounds kind of boring, but when I heard that that was the potential name of it, I was thinking like, you know how in Infinity War, Peter's on a bus going somewhere, coming back from somewhere. I'm not sure what the case was because they don't explain that. I was thinking maybe it was like a bridge between, like, that's where they would open the movie, kind of like they did with Homecoming, where they showed Peter's video of Civil War, like him recording himself kind of thing, and then they connected it to where he was now. So maybe that's what they're going to do with Field Trip, or whatever it's called, and the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. They might make it so that they'll show what was leading up, or what they were doing before the field trip, and then lead into what happens after Infinity War. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's not the point of that bringing up Mysterio. Mysterio, it's rumored that Jake Gyllenhaal is in talks to play Mysterio. I have no thoughts about it. Mysterio is one of those characters on Spider-Man that was just kind of there. He was part of the Sinister Six. I never really was like, oh my god, I think that this character should be played by this actor. Honestly, I'm indifferent to it, so I'm ready to see what, like, if Jake Gyllenhaal does play it, then hey, I will watch it, make an opinion afterwards. I really didn't have a cast suggestion or somebody that I thought of in my mind who would be good to play Mysterio. So to me, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Jake Gyllenhaal is a good actor. As long as the script is good, really, it doesn't really matter. Whoever, if as long as he does a good job, that's cool. On top of that, in addition, what's his name? Brain fart. I can't even remember what I'm talking about now. What is life? Michael Keaton. There we go. I was there. It's been a long day. Michael Keaton is coming back as Vulture. So I'm thinking that they're going to start assembling the Sinister Six. I don't know what role he's going to play. Like if he's going to have a huge role in the movie, if it's just going to be a small thing, and they're going to just bring up the individual characters. But in Homecoming, as you know, they did show Scorpion at the end of the movie, so it was kind of like it was setting up a little bit for the Sinister Six, but who knows? I think that they are going to eventually put all of them in there together, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Yes. Oh, I finally purchased I finally narrowed down my costumes for Comic-Con. Well, I had before, even before, like back in November, I was going to do Raven, Harley Quinn, and Ariel, but then this past week, or last week rather, I purchased a Spider-Gwen suit. So for those of you who don't know, Spider-Gwen is the alternate universe spider character. Gwen Stacy dons the spider suit, her own version of the spider suit anyways, and she's also she's linked to Miles Morales, and they kind of have a relationship in one of the alternate universes. But yeah, so I bought that suit. I've got it fitted by a place called Heroes Time 123. I haven't gotten it in yet. I just ordered it, like I said, last week, so I had to give in my measurements and everything like that. So fingers crossed that I did the right measurements, that it turns out really well. I've heard good things. Another cosplayer friend that I just met recently, she and I were talking, and she was saying she bought a suit from there, and she said that they're pretty good. It's just really overwhelming. Like, I did not realize purchasing a suit like that, how much time and effort and how overwhelming it could be. Because, like, you have to pick out, like, do you want shoes? Like, do you want the built-in shoes? Do you want a forearm zipper? Do you want a U-shaped zipper, or like a vertical zipper along the back? Do you want a face shield? Do you want no face shield? Do you want eye lenses or no eye lenses? Like, these are just things that I did not know I had to think about until I tried to purchase a suit. So the one that I purchased has just a regular cloth, like the stretchy material. It's got the lenses on built inside. It doesn't have a face shield, so face shield is like, it's like the plastic so that you can, like it just sits on top of your face kind of thing instead of the actual, like the suit material. I did not get the built-in shoes because I was like, I'll just get my own shoes, whatever, it's fine. I didn't get the detachable gloves. I got the forearm zippers so that in case I need to use my hands, I can just kind of lift them out of that part of the forearm. I got the vertical zipper, just regular. I got the detachable mask because I have purchased and I'm pointing there because the wig is sitting over there. But I'm too lazy to bring it over and try it on again because I did take pictures of it on Instagram for anybody who follows me, and I had put it on there on my story. But I bought a Gwen Stacy short blonde wig. So what I'm going to do probably for Comic-Con, because I don't want to wear the mask around the whole day, I'm going to take the wig and just do the suit without the mask, but it's just going to be like the ones that you see with her wearing the suit and the wig. So I've gotten that. I'm really excited to get that in. Hopefully in the next few weeks or so I'll get it in. I'll try it on. I'll probably do a video test of me wearing the suit, kind of, you know, what it's going to look like kind of thing. Maybe not. I haven't decided yet. If it looks horrible, then I probably won't do that. But fingers crossed that it looks good. And then if that's the case, if it looks good and it's wearable, then I will put that into the rotation instead of doing Ariel on one of the days. It'll probably be Raven on Friday, Spider-Gwen on Saturday, and then my kind of burlesque-ish Harley Quinn. I also purchased a Harley Quinn wig as well. So the last time I did that Harley Quinn, I had just put my own curly hair in like 2 little pigtails. But I got an actual blonde wig now that has 2 pigtails, of course, and I'll just stick my little hat that I have on there because I figured, you know what, if I don't have to make my hair for Comic-Con, I just have to worry about makeup. It's a lot less hassle. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do for those 3 days. I know I still have like less than a month? No, a little bit more than a month to go before Comic-Con. But, you know, I've been excited since November, so, you know, nobody should be surprised that I've been planning all these things. I've purchased a headband to wear on top of the wig. I'm probably going to get some shoes, but I might wait until about July for those. Or if anything, I'll just end up wearing my own shoes. She wears usually teal kind of like shoes or flats. But I've also seen cosplayers who have just worn their regular, like they've worn Chucks, just regular colored black Chucks, or blue Chucks, just black flats, that kind of thing. So if worse comes to worse, I can't find it for Comic-Con, or I just don't have the money to pay for it at the moment, then I'll just kind of put that aside to maybe Fan Expo or Halloween, and then buy those then. Yeah, so that is that. I'm really super excited to get that. What else? There was something else I wanted to talk about, but now I've forgotten about, because that's what it's like. Yeah, no, I think that's all I can think about at the moment. There's still the Comcast, I don't know if I talked about this before, but Comcast is actually trying to undermine Disney and the Disney Fox deal. So what does that mean exactly? Well, if Comcast gets I think I did mention this, but anyways, if Comcast ends up with the Fox characters, we may not get the giant crossover movie deal that we all of us nerds maybe are kind of hoping for. But that's still in the works, so, you know, I'm going to wait and see what happens and how that plays out. But yeah, another exciting news. So last year there was a Power Rangers movie, and my brother used to watch Power Rangers all the time, and I used to kind of watch with him a little bit, and I kind of really got into it. I didn't watch anything, like I watched the original ones, the ones with the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, and then after the main characters kind of were finished, and I didn't watch all the ones after that, like the ones with the dinosaurs and all those ones. I didn't end up watching those. I did watch the Power Rangers movie that came out back in the day with Ivan Ooze and Rita Repulsa. Not Rita wasn't in it, but anyways, Ivan Ooze and all that stuff. That was one of my, I loved that movie. I thought it was great. I know people used to make fun of it back when we were kids, but I really enjoyed it, and I still do. So anyways, when the movie came out last year, I went to go watch it with my best friend, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It was actually a really good movie. I wasn't really going in with high expectations. I mean, the TV show and the movie, it wasn't like, you know, Oscar-worthy performances or anything like that. It was just fun. So it was a lot of fun. It was really entertaining, and they're coming out with a second sequel because Hasbro has purchased the rights to the movie, so they're going to do the continuation, which I'm really excited about, because that means, because they teased at the end of the first movie, for the reboot, they teased the Green Ranger, so really excited. Hopefully the new one's going to include the Green Ranger, because like the Green Ranger's awesome. I don't know who's playing the Green Ranger, I don't think they've said that yet, but I'm just really excited to see that sequel and what it's going to be about and all that fun stuff. What else? I think those are all of the major geeky, nerdy kind of things that that happened this week. I feel like every time I make these movies, like the last time I made one of these updates, something else happened. I think the Mysterio thing happened, and I was like, really? Like, I just made this video. So I'm sure as soon as I end this thing, I'm going to go onto Instagram or Facebook or something, and I'll find out that something awesome is happening, and then I'll have to make another one of these. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. But, I mean, it's just that I might as well just call this the nerd update, because that's all I keep doing is giving updates on nerd things, or nerd things in my life, whatever. So that's that. I promised one of my friends that there was an anime that I'm going to start watching, which I haven't been, because I've kind of been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer reruns on Netflix, because Buffy. It's called My Hero Academia, My Hero Academy, something like that. And he gave me a link, so I'm going to start watching that hopefully soon. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do that after I've made this video. I'll start watching that so I can kind of let him know that I kind of started. Apparently it's supposed to be really good, and that once I get started, I will get hooked. And knowing my obsessive compulsive kind of personality, that's quite likely. I forgot to mention, I don't know if anybody who watches my channel or these videos has ever watched Troll Hunters, but season 3 is out. Yeah, season 3 is out, sorry, couldn't remember. It was a pretty awesome season, actually. It's a Guillermo del Toro made show on Netflix, and it's actually really awesome. The characters have great arcs. It talks about a lot of interesting things. They have different relationships. Some of the things that I love are that they're bad guys who you think are just bad, but eventually some of them start to change and become good, and you're like, it's not as black and white as some cartoons make things seem. It's very in depth. There's a lot of change in character development. So it's a really great show. It's got a whole, it's star-studded. I think Lena Headey is in this season. Somebody else from Game of Thrones is in this season as well. I can't remember. My friend and I were talking about it, and I've forgotten now. But the mom from Jane the Virgin is in it. She plays Claire Nunez's mom. So that's kind of cool. There is Kelsey Grammer's in it. He plays Blinky. Mark Hamill plays Dictatious, who is Blinky's brother. There's a whole bunch of people, and I've forgotten now because I looked it up on IMDb, and I've completely forgotten all the different characters. Angelica Houston is in it. I can't remember, but it's got a whole cast of really awesome actors and actresses. So if you are like me and like animated movies, TV shows, are a fan of Guillermo del Toro, and just kind of fantasy type stuff, check it out. It's really awesome. I really liked it. It was one of my favorite shows. Kind of came out of nowhere. And yeah, it's funny because I just watched it because, like I said, I like cartoons and animation and all kinds of fun things like that. So anytime a new one comes up, I will, kind of check it out to see what it's like. So I watched it, and my really good friend watched it, and then he was like, "Have you seen the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of did." And so we kind of been discussing that, and yeah, actually no, sorry, that's not what happened. I was thinking about watching Lies. It's gonna call me out on it. But I was thinking of watching it. My friend said that I should watch it. I did watch it, and it was awesome. Anyways, the point is that it's a great show. I've done that with another one I was watching because I have a niece and nieces and nephews. So my niece, the older one, she's 5 years old. Whenever she comes over, at some point we'll end up watching Netflix together. And she was watching this show called Miraculous Ladybug. And she's like, oh, it's my favorite show. And then she was explaining it to me. She's like, this is Ladybug, and she has a Miraculous, and this is Chat Noir. He's got a Miraculous too, and was explaining all this stuff. And it's set in Paris, so obviously I was half sold on it anyways. And so we were watching episodes, and then she would stop. And then she would watch another one and stop and then go to something else. And I'm like, I just want to watch an episode. So that night after she left, I was like, I'm just going to check out one episode. I just watched the entire series. I think they only had 2 seasons on Netflix. So I watched the entire thing. Yeah, and then apparently there's like a whole next level thing. There she turns into a mermaid. Like she's a ladybug, but now she's leveled up to a mermaid. I don't know, I haven't watched those episodes yet because they're not on Netflix. So I'm like, alright, it's not my priority, but I was telling my niece yesterday, and she's like, what? She's like, they're next level? She's a mermaid? And yeah, she's a little bit of a dramatic, she's awesome, I love her to bits, but she gets to be very dramatic sometimes. I'm pretty sure she picked it up from one, if not all of us, at some point. But yeah, so that's at some point in life I will probably catch up with that too. And apparently I'm not the only one. There's people that I follow on Instagram that make fan fiction comics about it, and they love it. And I went to a cookie swap on the weekend and all the kids were watching it, and I'm like, guys, I watched this show, and one of the girls that was there was talking to me about it, and she's like, yeah, she goes, she was the one who was explaining the mermaid situation and all of these things, like next level situations that Marionette, the main character, gets into. And I'm like, oh my god, this is so crazy. But yeah, it's like I said, when I say I like cartoons and animation, I am not kidding. Oh, another thing, speaking of cartoons and animation, Wreck-It Ralph 2, the trailer came out, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and another trailer came out, and I was trying not to watch it because I know, if you don't already know, they talked about it at D23, which is the Disney Expo. I know one day I'll get to that one too. I will go to that one too at some point, maybe next year, maybe the year after, who knows, but I'll go there. Anyways, I have digressed, but they had shown the trailer there, or they showed a teaser, and then they had all the Disney princesses come out on stage, and we're kind of like talking about it. So that, like, if you didn't know from that, there are all the Disney princesses in the movie, for a short period of time at least. The trailer shows a scene where Vanellope shows up into a trailer, like the Disney trailer, or the Disney princess, like, dressing room, and all the Disney princesses, literally all of them are in there, and they all have speaking roles, and they all say like specific things, like they're very characteristic of themselves. My favorite part is when Vanellope shows up, because she kind of glitches in. All the princesses are like, what the heck? Cinderella grabs her glass slipper, smacks it onto a chair, makes it into like a shank, and she's like pointing it at Vanellope. It's kind of entertaining because Cinderella does not seem like a person who would do that. But yeah, they got all the original voice actresses, except for probably Snow White, I think, because that was really, really old, and the actress for that probably isn't around. But yeah, most of the main actresses, at least the ones from the 80s, 90s or so, all reprise their roles to do speaking roles for the movie. So yeah, like Jodie Benson for Ariel, what's her name? Paige O'Hara for Belle, Mandy Moore for Rapunzel, Idina Menzel for Elsa, Kristen Bell for Anna. Anyways, I can list them all, but it'll take forever. But all of them have reprised their roles for that movie. It's a small section of the movie. It's not the entire movie. But yeah, it was something that I'm really looking forward to for Wreck-It Ralph 2. So I'm kind of disappointed that I saw that clip, because now I'm going to know what to expect going in, but I'm hoping that maybe Disney kind of like put a clip in that's maybe not going to be part of it or something, or that there's like a lot more to it, so that I will still be pleasantly surprised. But I'm probably going to not see any more trailers after that second one, because I don't want more to be given away than it already has. But I'm really excited about that. So yeah, okay, so officially that is all I can think of talking about in the geeky, nerdy kind of area, world. That's all the news that I can think about for this week and last week. But yeah, I'm sure something else will come up and I'll have to make another one of these videos. But until then, I will see you guys later. I hope you have a great day, great week, great month. Hopefully the rest of Ramadan goes well for you guys as well, for those of you who are fasting. And until then, I will see you later. Have a great night, and yeah, lots of love.